This last lecture is going to be really short, and I just wanted to point out that France and Algeria, um, the French invaded Algeria in 1830, and by 1846 it was fully conquered. And Algeria ends up being a colony of France. And by the way, there's a lot of Algerians in France now. There was the Algerian War. There's a movie called The Battle of Algiers. And I remember when the French were not supporting Bush in invading Iraq, there's a C-SPAN um, interview with the ambassador, the French ambassador, and an American called up and said, "I'm boycotting French goods and I'm mad that you guys don't support us." And he said, "Well, that's sad." He said, "Well, we've supported America on almost every foreign policy adventure." I'm kind of paraphrasing him. He said, "But we learned after the Algerian War not to underestimate Arab nationalism." And I'm not sure if the caller was familiar with what he was trying to articulate. Um, and so this history there, much of North Africa, French, many are French speakers. Um, Albert Camus, who wrote The Stranger, if you guys read that, that was based on him being in Algeria as a French colonizer. Um, Derrida is actually, I believe, the famous French philosopher is Algerian Jewish origin. There was the very controversial Marxist philosopher named from France, Althusser. He was also Algerian. So the French-Algerian connection is very much linked in modern history. Just want you to be aware of that. And so look here as we go and we just finish up all these long lectures. 1800 to 1914, the diminishing of the Ottoman Empire. And you see European intervention into the Middle East, North Africa, places that were usually controlled by the Ottomans. And so, and if we look then, we're going to talk about the fall of the Ottoman Empire ending in World War One, 1914. Okay. This will all kind of help make sense of more of what's going on in the Middle East. Don't think about all the struggles in the Middle East right now being a part of simply Arab problem or Muslim problem. There's a very good Israeli professor who I consider very nuanced. And he has a book on war, a short history of war and peace in the Middle East. And he talks about the problem of the Middle East being the post-Ottoman syndrome. That the way that the Middle East is shaped by European powers after the fall of the Ottoman Empire has created a lot of unresolved problems. So just for example here, Iraq is landlocked here by Kuwait. Here we don't see in the map Kuwait. Kuwait was created in 1923 by Sir Percy Cox, essentially, and so on. Okay, the way that the Kurds are broken up by European powers, and so on. Israel-Palestine conflict, we will definitely go into later. So that's all to reflect upon. I hope this was not too choppy. Try to think about the broader points that I made if you got lost in a lot of the information and details. Salam, shalom, shlama, khodafez, whatever. You guys have a good night. Well, if you're listening I made this lecture at night, so have a good day, whatever. I'll talk to you guys soon.